I think the Graves siblings would make great Ghostface killers, so let's see how they do against the original two. I'll start with Team Ghostface since I already went over them in my Billy vs. Stu video. His best calculable feat is kicking Gale several feet and knocking her out, which has been calculated to 3,143.4124 for 5 joules street level and 11.07 for 69879 meters per second peak human. His best strength feat is throwing a chair through 2 panels of a glass door, splitting the door frame, which would yield 2,666.9587 to 7 joules street level. His best speed feat is knocking on Hembree's door and running away before he could open it, which is calculated to 11.476 meters per second peak human. For equipment, they both have an 18-inch buck 120 hunting knife, and Billy has a Beretta 92FS that carries 15 rounds, firing bullets at Mach 1.1865888 to 9 supersonic speed and hitting with 617 joules street level. Billy can lift 200 pounds, and Stu can lift 250 pounds. Billy is 17 and Stu is 18. Together, they have killed 6 people and gotten away with murder for 1 year. Now let's go over Andy and Leyley. To clarify, these are composite prime versions, taking both routes into account. When I tried looking up stuff for them, I found nothing. VS Battle Wiki and Character Stats and Profiles Wiki both just say that they are feetless average humans. Which they aren't. They are both able to chop limbs off with one swing of a cleaver, which is 3,000 joules street level.
First, you chop off the cultist's right arm. Next up is left arm. I'll watch, thank you very much.
Why? Don't you trust me?
Oh, you're being a little bitch today. Just let me watch, all right?
Okay, then. Oof.
Ooh, Andrew readies himself, clearly averse to doing what he's about to do.
Andrew has an even better feat than this.
I couldn't get his head off.
Huh?
Like he didn't fit in the freezer proper. So I needed to chop his head off, but I couldn't cut it. His spine was too... Anyway, I kind of just... I kept cutting around and then pulled it off. Like some plant. I don't know.
Even if he used the cleaver to cut the meat around the spine, ripping a head off is still 7,539.82 joules street level. Being able to rip a head off also means he should be able to lift 1,260 pounds, which is more than Billy and Stu together. It's quickly done in narration, but you can argue Andrew also rips an arm off, which from what I found ranges from 7,290 joules street level to 48,756.978 joules wall level. It's established in episode 1 that Andrew couldn't cut the cultist's head off and ripped it off with his hands. So based on that and the image we see, he might just be ripping them apart with his bare hands. For speed, I took a screenshot of the path they run on at the end of episode to DK route and put a bunch of Andrews down to measure the distance. Annoyingly, Andrew doesn't have a cannon height. People have even asked, but Nemley didn't give an actual number. Ashley is small and tiny. Andrew is tall and whiny. Andrew towers over her despite hunching and her wearing heels. The average female height is 5 feet 4 inches. Since she is small and tiny, she is probably closer to 5 feet. Andrew's a head taller even when hunching, so I think it's reasonable to say he's over 6 feet. The player can get Ashley to the end, meaning Andrew runs 22 Andrews in 3 seconds and Ashley runs 20. His speed depends how tall you think he is, so it could be more or less, and Andrew's combat speed does scale to his travel speed since he grabbed Ashley's ponytail to catch her. Andrew is around 14 meters per second superhuman, and Ashley is around 13 meters per second superhuman. Keep in mind that everything they do in the game is while they are malnourished for 3 months, so then healthy should upscale all this.
Alas, I cannot watch the news off of your fat tits. Would you mind getting out of the way, dear sister of mine?
I'm not fat. How could I be after starving for so long?
For equipment, Andrew has a meat cleaver, and Ashley has a kitchen knife. Ashley also has a Kimber K6 South Dosifor target with 6 bullets. Bullets from a Kimber K6 South Dosifor target fire at Mach 1.2 88513 supersonic and hit with 900 joules street level. Fun fact, that gun is anachronistic, since the Coffin of Andy Leyley takes place in the UK in the 90s, but that gun wasn't invented until like 2017. They successfully got away with murdering Nino when Ashley was 12 and Andrew 14. The main events of the game take place 8 years later when Ashley is 20 and Andrew 22. Together they have killed 7 people so far. Ashley also has a magical trinket that lets her dream visions of the future. She also knows how to summon a demon that can rip people's souls out. I'm going to go over without weapons, with prep time, 1v1 fights and team fights. Let's start with the masterminds, Billy Loomis versus Ashley Graves. Ashley is feetless without a weapon, so even if she's slightly faster, Billy just beats her to death.
I never thought I'd be so happy to be a virgin. Say hello to your mother.
With knives, Ashley is faster and aims for the heart when stabbing. Billy was down for over a minute after getting stabbed in the shoulder, so even if he lives, he'll be down longer after getting stabbed in the heart, and in that time, Ashley isn't just going to walk away. She's a cannibal. She probably chops him up so she can eat him. She can also literally disarm him if she wants. With guns, neither have good aim feats.
We all go a little mad sometimes.
No, Billy! Fuck! Guess what?
Literally the only times they fired the guns, but Billy's is better, so I think he'd get the shot off. He'd only hit her shoulder, but I don't know if her endurance is good enough to get up and continue. The best we see is her having a casual conversation while getting strangled until her neck bruises. And if we go off the CGs, those bruises have completely healed a few minutes later. If she does get up and off-guards Billy, she either blows his brains out or stabs him in the heart. With prep time, Billy would obviously do his whole ghost face routine, calling Ashley to shit-talk, then breaking in to stab her to death. Ashley would obviously see all this in a vision while dreaming and then kill a random person to make pentagrams out of their blood, so when Billy shows up...
Him! I have for him!
Now for the accomplices, Macher versus Andrew Graves. When it comes to a hand-to-hand fight, Andrew is almost 3 times stronger, so he's just going to overpower Stu and rip his head off. With weapons, it's stated in the Hitman Dead End.
Congratulations, you have found the hitman. And died, which is the best part. For the record, Andrew doesn't fare much better. When it comes to cutting people up, the hitman whoops his amateur ass dead. Though, given his romantic streak, he probably didn't want to live without you anyway. I bet you'd be happy about that if you weren't too fucking dead to feel anything. The hitman wins.
Granted, it says he lost the will to live because Ashley died, so it's questionable how much he tried, but I still think Stu's got this. Stu is just shown to be very skilled with a knife, and we know Andrew loses to more skilled opponents in a knife fight, so Stu wins. With prep time, Andrew does like to make plans, but Ashley is the one who makes the actual plans to kill people. Andrew is just left with the cleanup. I think Stu is going to find Andrew, sneak up and kill him before he can even decide what he wants to do. In a no-weapons team fight, Stu and Andrew's speed scales to combat and travel, but Billy's only scales to combat while Ashley's only scales to travel, so I can see this funny scenario where Billy is chasing Ashley and able to catch her while Andrew rips Stu's head off. He then does the same to Billy with Ashley just cheering him on, making him do all the work and being no help. With weapons, Ashley will probably just say,
Good. Don't feel bad about murdering a murderer. And on that note, not it.
giving Andrew the gun. Andrew actually has a good aim feat. So, despite it not being her intention, giving him the gun is actually a good idea. When looking for the hitman, Andrew suddenly finds him in the bushes and, in both choices, he kills him. He either shoots him once, instantly killing him, or empties the gun, hitting him with every shot. The hitman is stated to be a professional and they were only a few feet apart, but despite the 20-foot knife rule, Andrew still shoots and kills him before he can get stabbed. Considering this and Andrew's speed advantage, I think he just shoots and kills Billy and Stu before they can do anything. With prep time, Ashley can dream visions of the future and summon and demon to eat their souls, so how do you think it goes?
What the fuck is that? I offer those two.
Yeah, the Grave siblings win. Also, random thing, but as of episode 2, Ashley is still a virgin, so by Scream rules, she has plot armor against Ghostface. This was all recorded before episode 3 of the Decay Route came out, so Andy and Leyley probably have even more feats now. Episode 3 should be out when I publish this video. That's the versus battle over.